about why, whoopsies, got it. About why people need to be eating this way, teaching other people to eat this way. I've been a little bit sad this releases like super hardcore plant-based, super hardcore vegan things, just because it doesn't tend to support women's hormones very well, and it doesn't tend to help women have the body composition that they really want. In fact, fun fact on that, if you go find McKenna Pruitt, she's my sponsor, if you go find her Reset before and afters, her before photo was taken after 21 days on the Daniel diet. You guys read the book, like Daniel from the Bible, when he ate nothing but fruits, vegetables, and water. So there's like a book on that, and she did that for 20 days and took her Reset before photo. And then she did the Reset for 3 days, took her after photo. So I talk a lot about why we need to be eating animal food. I talk a lot about why we need to be eating whole food fats and not necessarily jumping on that vegan train. So Plexus has been kind of doing that for a few years. So when we released Reset, I was like, hallelujah, like this is something I can so get behind. This is just really, really good for us. So I know Jordan kind of told me, and I kind of already knew this, that y'all really see yourself as like a gut health team, right? Like for the most part, crunchy mamas, and we're trying to help women be healthy. We're not trying to obsess about the scale. We're not trying to be part of that diet culture that's out there trying to hold women to like an impossible standard that just raises your anxiety level. And like, I love that. And I feel the same way. So what I want to make sure everyone understands though, is that starting people off on the 3-day reset is like putting them on the fast track to gut healing. So many people come to you for gut healing because that's what you're all about. And their gut has gotten in the state it's in right now, largely because of their diet. Even if they're eating real food, even if they're eating lots of vegetables, you know, what have you, a big part of why they are where they are in their gut is their diet. Now, obviously, environment, stressors, medications, they all play a role. But I will tell you all, wheat, corn, soy, sugar. Wheat, corn, soy, and sugar. If you are what you eat, Americans are wheat, corn, soy, and sugar. And those foods, as much as we love them, like I love them too, but they act like drills. They act like drills, you know, drilling holes in your gut lining, causing leaky gut, causing all of the problems that we talk about when we talk about gut health, right? So now, and you may have some people that are really great eaters. I'm not saying that everybody is coming to, but you know what? I'm a great eater and I still love corn chips. Okay. I still love the foods that drill the holes into my gut lining. So Reset is going to take those people, remove all of those inflammatory foods from their life for 3 days, and just send a ton of restorative nourishment minus the excess. So it's sending in collagen and bone broth and protein and just all of these things that are just giving their system a rest. And their system is just getting a chance to heal and just get a break, basically, from trying to digest all those inflammatory things. And that is going to cover so much ground on the front end of their gut healing regimen. It's going to really, truly pave the way for better results. It's going to put them on the fast track to gut healing. And I truly believe it's going to make their die-off experience more bearable, because you're just going to have this intensive start 3 days before you get started on tackling that candida yeast and getting all that stuff sent out of there. So just wanted to make sure everyone understands, like, yes, it is being marketed out there for weight loss. The most visible benefits is the calming and the depuffing and the weight loss that's coming off. It's one of the easiest things to see in a picture. So it's just naturally going to lend itself to be marketed that way. And honestly, that excites a lot of people, right? So that's what we're seeing in all of the marketing. But don't let that scare you away. If you're not a weight loss girl, if you're not out there making that your platform, do not let that scare you away from getting people on the reset. In fact, like, I have not started anyone on a 109 welcome pack since Reset was released. I truly feel that strongly, that it sets people up for more success. And side note, the 109 pack is terrible for the Paypoint. It just is. I don't know if you know that, if that's news to you, but the 109 pack is death to the Paypoint. It's basically gets people commission qualified without adding any profit to the company-wide profit sharing pool. So I want everyone to just repeat after me. The 109 pack is dead to me. Can everyone just adopt that little motto? Because truly, if you are getting people started on a reset triplex or a reset weight loss basics, you're going to get them better results, and you're just helping the pay point for everybody. Real quick thought about kind of those fears that some of us have when it comes to marketing weight loss. This may not apply to all of you, but I want to pose this question. Is this an area where you are letting fear of other people's opinions take the driver's seat? Is this an area where you are letting yourself be ruled by, well, what are people going to think of me? What are they going to assume? Are they going to misunderstand? You know your heart. You know you're not about that diet culture. You know that you're not out there just trying to make a quick buck on a vulnerable girl, right? Who's just trying to drop a quick 10 pounds. That's not you. So you have to make peace with the fact that you're going to be misunderstood, because 99% of people process the world through whatever their story is, whatever their experience is. They cope by projecting. So no matter what you say and how clearly you say it and how lovingly you say it or how careful you are, how much you tiptoe around on eggshells, you're going to be misunderstood, because people understand you through their lens, through their story. So we've got to make peace with being misunderstood, or you're going to be disabled. You're going to be held back. This is scriptural. This is in Proverbs 29:25. It says the fear of human opinion disables, and trusting in God protects you from that. So I would ask that if you are fearful about promoting reset because of the way it is focused around weight loss, and just telling you, it's just a really easy, that's just what people, even if you put a great caption that has nothing to do with weight loss, people see weight loss in the photos, right? So if you're fearful about promoting it for that reason, I would ask you to meditate on Proverbs 29:25 for a few days and ask yourself, am I letting myself be ruled by the fear of human opinion? And is that disabling me? Let me tell a quick story. Kara Elliott on my team, maybe you all know her. She's a gold, almost senior gold. She's one of those people. She's super careful about not wanting to promote diet culture. And she, this month, put something out there about reset in one of her posts that felt very scary to her, very uncharacteristic to her, but she felt like she needed to do it. She signed 6 people up the next day from that post. So the moral of that story is that a lot of people want weight loss, even if they tell you, I'm not focused on the scale. I'm just here to be healthy. Most women are going to tell you that because we live in a culture right now where they're pulled into opposite directions. They know they're not supposed to care about the scale. They know they're not supposed to be depriving themselves or eliminating food groups. And, they know they're supposed to be so effortlessly, naturally healthy, and it's not supposed to be any work, and it's not supposed to involve any deprivation. But secretly, in the back of their mind, they're coming to you saying, I want to be healthy. I don't want to obsess about the scale. But in the back of their mind, they're saying, that I really want weight loss. And it really wouldn't be the end of the world if I lost a few pounds. Like, that's how most women are coming to us, right? So I think we just have to acknowledge that. And I think we also have to understand that's wired into our primitive brain. We want to feel attractive, not because the culture today is so messed up. No, it's part of our primitive brain to want to be attractive to the opposite sex or to our tribe, to our friends, our community. That is literally just a cave woman instinct. So we're not going to eliminate that. That's part of being human, is wanting to feel attractive. So, you don't have to go over the top promoting it, but I would just say, let's not fight it. Let's understand that's where women are coming from when they come to us, and that we can help meet that need in a healthy way, in a way that's actually benefiting their body. And then the last thing I wanted to say is, this has been a really great opportunity for me to raise up leaders. And this is so duplicatable. When have we ever had a combo arrive in the mail and it comes with a pamphlet that explains exactly how to take it and exactly how to make tweaks and exactly how to troubleshoot if you're dealing with any kind of symptoms. And, I mean, just, it's effortless to share, which means it's effortless for a brand new person to share and go silver. In fact, this is so fun. I signed up he's probably going to watch the replay. One of my dearest friends, dream team, I've been praying and asking him to join Plexus for like 8 years, signed him up this last month. He started on the reset, and the very next week I had him lead a reset group, because I thought we need a couple of guys' opinions in here in these reset groups. So I was like, dude, you're going to lead a guys' reset takeover with Jesse Goff and Chris Casey, my husband. And he didn't need to be the expert. All he needed was the pamphlet and his 1 week of reset experience. And he led a killer reset group. And so I just love that. Like, it's so duplicatable. It's so easy to share, and it's so easy to instantly lead somebody else through the process. Right? So it's lots of stuff to get excited about there. Jordan, did you see any questions in the comments that I need to cover?
No, just lots of, we love Krista, all your notes, all your takeaways. I do have a question, because we have a lot of breastfeeding mamas on here.
Yes.
And pregnant, breastfeeding, all the things. So do you have, while I'm pulling up our slides, do you have any like words of wisdom for them if they're maybe nervous to do this, or?
Yeah. And you're one of them, right? So I know that you modified it, like you wanted to test it out, but you modified it. And from the beginning, I was kind of on the careful train with that, saying, you know what, don't reduce your calories. You don't want to compromise your milk supply. But I have a dear friend on my team. She's Senior Ruby. She decided to do the reset full on. And she led the group for our team a couple of weeks ago, and she had a great experience. Her name is Ashley Walker Johnson. So if any of you want to go and just read up on it, she posted really diligently about her whole experience. She posted about the fears she had about compromising her milk supply and all of that. So I think she's a great resource, and it went great for her. And actually her milk supply did not go down. So I'm not guaranteeing that that'll be the same for everybody, but the best thing you can do is just gather information and make the best decision for you and your baby. She had a pretty established milk supply at that point. I think her baby is like 7-8 months old. So, I probably wouldn't do it like while I'm still trying to build up my milk supply in that first 3 months. But in her case, it worked out pretty well. So I would just gather information, and as more breastfeeding moms try it and hopefully share really openly, then that'll just give us a big body of like evidence to borrow from.
Yeah, I think I was probably one of the first breastfeeding moms to do it, because I was pretty nervous. Like, there weren't a lot of posts out about people doing it. So my first round, y'all, I did it, and I did modify. Like, I had some like lean ground beef one night. Like, I had a big scoop of peanut butter. I maybe added an extra shake one day. But my second time, I stuck pretty true to it. I did my 6 almonds. I added in like half an apple with some cashew butter. And I'm telling you, I think I got more protein during my reset than I normally do on my daily basis.
I do.
Yeah, like my milk supply was like, I kid y'all not, it was actually thicker than it was without my reset. Like,
when you're getting so much hydration too.
Yes. And so my personal experience is that it was incredible. I would not suggest this for pregnancy. Carissa, I'm pretty sure you'd probably say the same thing, but
I wouldn't either. Well, there's so many reasons. Like, it's hard enough just to eat when you're pregnant. Like, I don't think I could have even been in a room with bone broth when I was pregnant. So, I mean, if you just really want to be an overachiever, and if you're a woman with a very high percentage of body fat, then there are cases where it is safe to be losing weight while pregnant. I mean, there are cases like that. But for the average person, I would just be focusing on how to get the best nourishment you can, and not necessarily how to shed fat. But there are so many other benefits of the reset. It's not just for shedding fat at all. It helps with your focus. It helps with your gratitude, with your proving to yourself what you're capable of. Like, that's probably the number one. Oh, and let me share this. I just thought of this. This is my favorite way to check in with people after they complete their reset. I was the number one reset sales on my team. That was super fun. 30 resets since it launched, and my team sold about 500, which I was super proud of, because we're a smaller team than y'all. Also, side note, I think we shy away too much from promoting people for sales. Like, we try to say, oh, Jordan shared with 3 friends. But like my realtor, when she sold me a house, and then the next week her Facebook was like, Margaret was top sales for our region. I was like, go Margaret. I was so proud of her. I was not like mad that she sold me a house that week and also had the top sales that week. So I would encourage you to shout your people out for top reset sales. People want to cheer people on for that. But real quick, I'll share with you how I love following up the people after the reset. This verbiage might be helpful. So I say, so what's your total feedback after completing your first reset? All the things, what surprised you, what you loved, what you learned, and what you'll do differently next time. So what I'm doing there is I'm planting the seeds. This is your first reset. What did you learn? What surprised you? What did you love? What will you do differently next time? I'm not giving them any room to give me negative feedback other than what they might change for next time. So that's been going really well for me. I'll copy and paste.
2 things. Yes. Will you copy and paste that? And then will you send me or somebody, like, will you send us Kara's post that you mentioned earlier?
Yes. Can do.
Really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to share my screen and we are going to go more into reset, because by the end of this call, I want y'all to be so in love with it that if you haven't tried it, you go buy your box. And if you have tried it, you go message everyone and their dog, because you want them to be feeling all of these things too. Okay. So we're going to start with this. This is why we love reset. Me, Katie, and Carly are going to tag team this. And then Lindsay Nunley is actually going to be running our reset groups. And so she's going to tag team at the end. But in case you were wondering, what comes in this box? Here it is. I'm trying to move this. Can y'all see that whole thing? I don't know if you can or not. But I'm going to show y'all really fast in case you've never seen one. So it comes in this box. Oh, hello, ring light 2. Right. Let's see if you can see that better. There you go. So it comes with day 1, 2, and 3, and inside the box comes everything on this list. Okay. What I love to do is have them check this in their box before they even start. Make sure everything in each box is correct. If not, we can get customer service to resend them something. We have real people packing these, y'all, like real people, real jobs being produced, but that doesn't mean they're perfect. So sometimes there may be like a hydrate mixed with a restore, and we need to get them like one overnighted. So if there's ever an issue, just know we can take care of that. And there's some tips and tricks that you'll learn on how to mix things and all that on the group that Lindsay runs. But this is what I want to talk about really quick, because this is what Carissa mentioned. Y'all, the 109 pack, which most of us, I would say, usually do like a 109 plus a product. Y'all, it is so cheap for them to do this. Like, we should get really excited and like, hey, dude, if you're ever thinking about doing a reset ever, you need to go ahead and do it in the beginning, because it's so much cheaper. Like, that's why I screenshotted this right here, because they save $137 by doing it with their welcome pack. Do not let them not do it with their welcome pack, y'all. That is so much savings. And so if you do it with a welcome pack, it's right at $170 right now with all the discounts. And then otherwise it's $129 for your current peeps. It's $149 by itself. Okay, so it just makes sense to do it with a welcome pack. My favorite is Triplex and Reset, because I have been selling Triplex religiously for 6 years, 5 years, however long. But if their goals are weight loss, like that weight loss pack with the lean for the rest of the month, like that's awesome. Because once they start with incorporating lean daily, they're not going to want to stop. You know, I have still done my lean every day since my last reset, because it like trained my brain to want to do that, right? And so I have been doing lean every day. I've been doing hydrate every day in the morning. And so I foresee people doing this reset and saying, hey, listen, I know I got the triplex and the reset, but I need some more of that hydrate. I need some more of that lean, because those become habits and you start craving that feeling. All right, Carly.
Sorry, I thought it was unmuted. I was talking. Okay, so a few things, like four main reasons that like we feel like why you would want to do the reset is number one, it resets your metabolism at a cellular level. And what that basically means is everything's finally going to work again. It's going to be firing again. Your cells are going to be restored and you're going to see a huge difference with your metabolism. It's going to help with healthy stress response. So we all know when you're have a high stress, your cortisol levels go up. And when that happens, you are not going to feel good. You're not going to feel good mentally. You're going to not have a hard time losing weight. For women too, you add in our hormone issues, and that's just a whole nother mess. And we really, at that point, eating healthy, going to the gym, doing all the things we know you're supposed to do to lose weight, it's not enough for the average person when your cortisol levels are high. The other thing that I think is super cool, the reset really supports a healthy liver function. So our liver, if you don't know, is super important. It actually performs over 500 vital functions for our body. It helps with digesting proteins, storing minerals, regulating blood sugar, making vitamins, filtering toxins from our blood. But one of the main jobs that the liver does is it produces bile, and bile is a chemical that converts fat into fuel. It's for our body to use, which is really the optimal way for us to fuel our bodies. And if our liver isn't functioning correctly, we're not going to do that so well. So it's very, very important. The other thing is that it's going to help us detox and defend against environmental toxins with powerful antioxidants that also assist with healthy aging. Toxins, we are constantly having toxins brought to us from things like skincare, makeup, just in the environment, in the air. I mean, constantly we are, having toxins brought into our bodies. So the reset really gives your body the best chance at defending against those toxins. Next slide, please.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. I feel like a teacher right now.
I know. Okay, so we really wanted to dive into kind of the science behind Restore, because in the reset, Restore is really, the highlight, the thing that does everything. So the way it has a few different things that it does to help. So the first thing is appetite control. And the way it helps with that is, so a few hours after we eat, our blood sugar lowers, our stomach is empty, and we start feeling hungry again. And that's because we produce, what's it called? Ghrelin, which is our hunger hormone. This reaction makes us, feel hungry. So we know that it's time to eat again. And if you let that go for too long is when you're likely to binge and eat some unhealthy food choices, all that kind of stuff. So Plexus Restore, it actually features hydrostate, which is a yeast that helps us control that feeling through the gut-brain axis. And it works by decreasing the secretion of the ghrelin, which helps us to feel fuller fat for longer, and signals the brain, to not have that desire to overeat. All right, the other thing that's so cool about the Restore is it really helps with stress. So it has adaptogens in it that are plants that help respond to stress, anxiety, fatigue, just kind of a bad mood, things like that. Plexus Restore features 2 plant-based ingredients, magnolia and berberine, and they have adaptogenic properties that support a healthy stress response. They're rich in phenolic compounds that contribute to cortisol and lowering the benefits. And when you lower your cortisol, you're going to feel a huge difference. It's also been shown to influence stress modification through the gut microbiome, which, we're all about.
I also love that cortisol is kind of like a buzzword nowadays. Like you see people being like, I'm looking for something to help my cortisol levels. And like, they don't really know what that means. They just know that like, that's something that they need. And so that's one of those buzzwords that I feel like we could be using.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So then the big part of reset and then restore specifically is it really helps with the detoxification. So it helps support our bodies naturally, defense against toxins that we're exposed to in the environment. A bunch of different plants, hibiscus, ginger, spirulina, spinach, and aloe are potent antioxidants that help protect our cells from free radicals damage caused by lifestyle and environmental factors. Spinach leaf extract provides nutrients that support natural cellular process where byproducts or toxins are released in the blood, filtered out by the liver and the kidneys. So that's another where it's how it really helps support our liver and our kidney function, which I just think is super cool. That is not easy to do with food. Nutrients like superoxide, dismutase, calatase, glutathione, peroxidase, all these fancy different free radicals and mitigating oxidant stress. So it's just super important. It's going to detox seriously your whole body at a cellular level. It's really cool. Katie, you're up.
Hi. Okay. So some things just to consider in terms of like how this compares to other things on the market. Just like a simple juice cleanse, a 3-day juice cleanse. It's usually well over $100. There's very, very few grams of protein, lots of grams of sugar because we're just drinking juice. There's nothing to chew. There's not very much variation on taste. Trust me, my husband and I did these because, you know, we thought that was the thing to do. It's literally like, oh, your green drink. And then like, oh, you get your like one that has a little bit of apple or pineapple. So you feel like you're getting a treat. And then you're back to your greens. Like it's just literally just drinking. It's anyways. And I would venture to guess that many people, including both my husband and I, fail to complete a 3-day juice fast or cleanse or whatever, because it's simply not enough protein. Like I remember that by the second day, I felt like I couldn't even go for like a walk. I had zero energy because it's just like with juices, it's like this like spike in your blood sugar and then it's like spike drop. Anyways, Reset gives us 500 calories with 68 grams of protein and 17 grams of fiber. So like it's just vastly different. We're actually getting protein, which is huge. Okay, totally switching gears. This is kind of one of my favorite parts about Reset, and we touched on this briefly, but the average Paypoint, go back, is $2.50. That's what I always kind of like average it out at. If we started every single person on a Reset welcome pack, like Carissa said, the 109 is dead. The Paypoint would be over $4. So I want you to think about that. How would that impact your business? Think about how many points you had in July. If you had 100 points, if you were gold and you had 100 points, your commission on your residual income commission would go from $250 per month to $400 per month. Like literally by not doing anything, by not adding people, by like just by the Paypoint going up that much. So in May, the Paypoint was $2.62. Reset launched at the end of June, and the June Paypoint was $2.81. That's 19 cents. And that might not seem like a lot, but when you compound that over hundreds of points, it is a very, very lot. So it's over $1 on each person. Can we explain this to people? Is that what you said, Jordan? I can't see you. Like that don't understand how that's possible. Okay, yes. Okay, so we call it the Paypoint. So as you know, when you sign a level 1, each level 1 is worth 6 Paypoints, 6 points, right? And then at the end of the month, all of like the company-wide pool of sales goes in, and then that gets split up among all of the people that were commission qualified, right? And so the more we can sell Reset, or the more we can add on a product, like Carissa said, once you're commission qualified, like that's just the base. So if someone just gets a 109, that's just the base. That's not giving the company any sales, right? And so if we're adding on extra products, if the company-wide Reset sales are going up, then that means that the sales of the company are going up, and therefore the Paypoint is going up. And so, like I said, if you had 100 points and the Paypoint was $2.50, you would be getting 250. But if the Paypoint was $4, you would be making much more. So it's a really, really significant difference. Okay, so we want to just kind of go into like, how can we use Reset? For those of you that maybe have been avoiding it, or you just haven't known how to jump in, one of the really most effective ways, Marissa is the #1 Reset sales person on our entire team, I think, right? She's looking at me like I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. And one of the things that she's been doing very, very, very well is getting inactives to do Reset. So how can you use it? #1, the inactive that didn't get the results they wanted getting them on a reset can help to jumpstart their results. So oftentimes, even though maybe they say, yes, they want gut health, they really, like Carissa said, want some weight loss. Like, so the reset gives them the opportunity to like lose a couple pounds and feel good, and their pants are a little looser. And then they're like, okay, cool, I'm ready to start this journey. But also, we feel so empowered after we complete a reset that it's like, I don't want to go get a donut or go back to drinking 4 cups of coffee because I know that I can do it. I just completed 3 days. So it helps to get them the results they wanted. Also, just for those people that stopped ordering, it's a really great way just to reconnect, help them get back on track. Maybe they weren't loving their combo. Maybe they just kind of fell off. Maybe they weren't seeing the results they wanted, whatever. Get them back on track. I know Marissa sent a message to her cousin that was just like, dude, do this reset with me. Like, simple. I think Carly, you're going to hit up these slides.
Let it go. Put your PGs on.
Okay, so we wanted to give you a couple of an idea of how you could reach out to inactive. So here is a message. I know things have been busy for you, so I wasn't sure if you had seen our new product launch. Like I mentioned, it's a 3-day nutritionally supported fast that resets your metabolism. I'm so excited about it. We have a challenge group starting soon. Tips and support as we do our 3 days, and I wanted to see if you'd like to do it with me, and then send this YouTube video. It shows a little bit more detail about why you would want to do the reset, what comes with it. Very simple. Here's another very simple. I love sending a graphic and a little picture, a side by side. Have you seen the new reset box? Want me to show you what's in it? And so I can't even read, sorry. Show you what's in it and why so many are seeing changes with it. Just keeping it super simple and right to the point. Sending the little graphic and the picture really gets people's interest. Some other words to say. So if they're open to seeing the reset pack option, say something like this. Awesome. Are you more interested in gut health or weight loss? Both are acceptable answers, right? So we can help with both. Giving them options. They didn't come to you for a reset initially, but or detoxification, weight loss or detoxification is on their goal. So either one works, we can do it. And then here's another little message example that you could send for whether they give you, whatever they say, this is the message, whatever their goal is, this is the message, a great message is sent. So take a screenshot and save that. It's a really great example.
And I'll tell y'all, I sent this message to a girl who reached out to me. She had done Plexus like 6 years ago. And she just came to me, was like, I've had, the virus that's been going around. I had that for a year ago and I haven't felt the same since. So we just kind of talked about, gut health. And at the end, I was like, okay, dude, you really need to try the reset. There's obviously a typo in there because I sent it because I never sent anything without typos. But I just really wanted to give her some options because I'm like, I'm not going to not give her the option to buy reset with triplex when I know that's what she needs. And it's way cheaper to do it at the beginning. So that's where that came from. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a couple of tools really, really fast. This is going to take 2 minutes, but hopefully this is going to blow your mind and make your life way easier. So there's a toolkit. It has tons of stuff in it. If you go to health, happiness, financial freedom, search toolkit, like this little thing says up at the top, it will pop up, reset toolkit. Okay, that is going to be your best friend. You need to learn how to search that page if you haven't already, because that is a gold mine. Okay, so that's one tool that can really help you. The other thing is go into your messenger at the very top and type in reset. You're going to click on our August thread. It'll change every month. Okay, so next month it'll be September thread, but and you'll be able to see every single question that was asked about reset, every single comment, every single win. Whenever somebody says, hey, what did you love about your reset? You'll be able to go do screenshots. Okay, so learn how to search those and use those as tools. The other thing is view media and files in our August thread. Y'all, if you go to the thread and you go to the very top and you click, it shows this big menu and you can go see every picture that has ever been sent in that thread all together. There's before and afters, there's slides that you can use. Okay, so just work smarter, not harder. All that stuff is available. Okay, and Katie is going to wrap us up with how do we share about this? Because I know all y'all want to go share in your stories after this. So she's going to talk about that.
Okay, and I will be super quick. But one thing that we have found in practice is showing your face and talking about it. Like talk about it. Talk about your experience. but also setting up when your next round is. So here you can see different ways. Marissa has shown new group starts August 1st. Jordan said August 17th, like I'm starting next week if you want to do it with me. This other slide says our next round starts August 8th, like giving them a time, because then they feel like, oh, I want to jump in on that one. It's that urgency, like we get at the end of the month, right? And also like if they feel like they're going to have support from a group, accountability, they're all in, right? Okay, next. Share the welcome pack simply. So here, 2 different slides where it's like, get your triplex and a 3-day reset. Like very simple. In the little picture of me, I'm talking about the welcome pack options. I have the picture of the graphic with reset plus triplex, reset plus weight loss. I'm like literally talking about them, got a slider on there, super simple. And then talking about the non-scale wins, because again, not everybody's looking for weight loss, even though I'm pretty sure everyone in the back of their head is hoping that they're going to get some sort of weight loss. In the little picture of me here, I showed a picture just of me from the side, and I'm talking about how I felt like the inches, my clothes were looser, etc. That is kind of weight loss, but it's not specifically, the second round, I didn't really lose that much weight. So I was kind of talking about that. Some of these other examples, again, talking about how starting the day with caffeine first is terrible for our cortisol levels. Like so many people were like, what are you up to, right? The second one, the example is talking about restoring your stress response and your liver function and defending against the toxins, like telling you why you might need it if weight loss is not your goal. So these are really great ways to share about it. This one is like so effective, taking screenshots of what others are saying. So, and you can go back into like Jordan said, you can search like who's on day one, whatever, like you can search day one words, like it's in the threads, like you can use our threads. These are all things that people have like people have said in our team threads. It doesn't, even if you don't have anyone who's done it with you yet, these are things that are totally available, and this gets people's attention. These really do. Just walk people through the journey. Just like we always talk about, share like it's a pregnancy journey, share with people so that they realize like you're literally eating or drinking something every 2 hours or so, or you get behind and you're trying to do everything at once, right? Show them it's not scary, it's not nasty, it's not this weird, I don't know, voodoo stuff that you're doing. Like just walk them through it and how you're doing it. Like Brittany Duke was on the go when she was doing it. Share that, share how you did it when you were on the go. Share how maybe you swapped something because you were going to be out and about, so you had your snack bar instead of your soup or whatever. Like share that. People want to know that they can also do it.
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity to really take their objections and take their fears and really make posts to help overcome those fears. So it's like most people don't want to do this reset because they're afraid they're going to want to chew their arm off. Well, good thing Lauren Davis posted a post about how she doesn't want to chew her arm off, right? She's not starving. So think about all the fears that somebody might have in doing something like this and make a post that kind of blocks their fear. That's one of my favorite things to do. So.
And then lastly, like sharing before and afters gets people's attention for sure. Yes, it does guide the eye to think about weight loss, but it definitely gets people's attention. And it's definitely going to, if you share a variety of stories, men, women, people that have drastic results, people that have smaller results, phased ones, just like a variety, you can share about these in your posts and in your stories and really be talking about the ways that our bodies have changed before and after in 3 days.
Yeah, and there is a reset results album in Health, Happiness, Financial Freedom. If you search reset, you will find it. If you have pictures, go add your pictures to that. So there's that. And then Lindsay is going to wrap us up, and she's going to talk about our next round. And so you guys can be marketing that, sharing about it, get your box ready, all the things.
Hey guys, so I will make this super short. So you guys got all of these amazing tips to go and help people with this amazing box. And so the biggest thing that this accountability group does is you get your box, you get to day one. First, you're probably freaking out either before day one or on day one, and you survive. But then a lot of times I feel like, especially with the reset, it's really mental. And so I feel like these groups are going to be amazing because they're going to be surrounded by people for the most part. I know some will be hopping in late or whatever, but for the most part, they're all going to be walking through this at the same time. And so they're going to have tips, tricks. They're going to be in these conversations with people that are walking through it. And I feel like that's a really key piece, is this community and walking through with other people. And so jot these dates down. There will be giveaways in there. There'll be a lot of different things in there, but I feel like the main thing is them just having the support. I know whenever I started my combo, like I was super excited, but I also had tried so many things and quit on myself, that being in an accountability group and just like having that support and kind of maybe not reaching out to people, but like seeing that like, oh, we're walking through this together, and seeing like maybe somebody ask a question that I was wondering too. And so you're just really walking alongside together. And I feel like it really sets them up to get off to the right start. And so invite all your people, super excited. And yeah, that's it.
And Lindsay's
I
going to
wanna
be
add-
running these for us. Oh, go ahead, Katie.
I just wanted to add something really quickly. Yes, we will be really hyping it up once a month, just like we did with the sample group, but do not shy away. If someone's like, I got my box, I want to get started, like get them started. Like do not shy away. There are lots of other resources we can plug them into. There's a great page that has like where they can search if they're willing to do that, right? So just don't, like, if someone's like, I really, really want to do a reset, and you're like, oh, we just finished our last one. Do you want to wait till? No. Like get them started, get them rocking and rolling. And then one last plug for what Jordan had said in the beginning. Even if like they're hesitant to do a reset right now, like I'm talking about to my people about like literally my computer is sitting on a reset box right now. Marissa has like 2 on her counter. I already know that. So it's like, get your dang box and just have it. There might become a time before you have a wedding when you're like, I want to do a reset. So like, that's the kind, even if they're hesitant in the beginning, it's like, it's literally, you're getting your triplex for $40. You might as well grab your reset right now too. You know what I mean? So just that.
Duke, what were you going to say?
Okay, last thing I was gonna say is customer care during reset. When these people start these boxes, y'all, especially if they're not in a group, it is 3 days. Put reminders on your phone, send them the day 1, day 2, day 3 video as soon as you wake up in the morning, and like let them know that you're with them. Like it's 3 days. You can give ridiculously good customer care for 3 days and check in with them throughout the day. After like lunchtime, like, what'd you think about your bone broth? But like plug them in and let them know that you're with them, even if you're not doing it with them. And then as soon as they're done, you're asking for their wins. You're asking for like that message that Carissa gave us, use that. But then get those wins and then talk about their next goals right then and there. You want to like ride that train as soon as they're done with it.
Yep. And y'all, this is also a great posting opportunity. They're like excited. They're giving you all these wins and they're like, dude, this hydrate is delicious. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Go post that real quick. Oh my gosh, I lost 12 pounds. Well, you can only say 6 pounds, but have them post it, right? Like this is, Brittany Duke has had so many girls make their first posts just from reset, y'all, because it's exciting and it's new and it's like that brand new movie that just came out, and then they get out of the movie and they're so excited and they have to go show all their friends to go watch the movie. This is the new movie. Okay. Okay, any questions before we hop off? Because I want everyone to seriously just be so excited about reset, because this is going to help all the things. It's like, this is the band-aid that helps everything financially, all the things. Any questions?
I do actually have a question. I
Yes.
have a level, I want to say she's a 4. She's fixing to go through a surgery, major surgery within like the next week, and she's really chomping at the bit to do a reset. The surgery she's having is like a hysterectomy and some other issues. Would you recommend that she hold off on doing the reset until she's fully recovered from her surgery, or would she be okay to do the reset now?
I would just have her talk to her doctor. Anytime, I just always, when in doubt, yeah, I would just have her ask her doctor. Yep. Any other questions?
I have a question that I think Carissa can probably answer well, because she's super smart with all this stuff. If people are, I'm in like a life stage where I feel like everybody is getting pregnant or trying to get pregnant or having babies. And so when it comes to people trying and wanting to get pregnant, but they want to do the reset, like what, I don't know, just any insight to that? because I know it can affect hormones, like whenever you are improving things and all that. So I don't know. Any thoughts?
I think that being on the slim is giving yourself the best advantage if you are trying to help your fertility. So the triplex is giving yourself the best advantage. The reset, it's going to depend a little bit on the person, but I think a lot of women are struggling with their fertility because they're inching toward PCOS and insulin resistance. Like that's a really common reason that women struggle with their cycle and struggle to get pregnant. And so the advice oftentimes is get your blood sugar balanced and lose a little bit of extra weight. I know that a lot as women, we take offense when the doctor tells us that, but let me give you my husband's explanation, because if y'all don't know, he's a doctor. And the way he explained it is our fat stores estrogen. He is going to kill me for explaining this wrong. I am not the doctor. Probably not.
Just call him in there. Just Chris, we need you.
He's at the gym, but he has explained this to me that our body fat stores estrogen in it, and it causes us to be have higher levels of estrogen. And when we're trying to get pregnant, our body needs the right balance. Our body needs more progesterone. Those hormones really need to be in balance. And so even just a 5-pound weight loss, and when I say weight loss, I always mean fat loss because I'm not about losing muscle, but a 5-pound fat loss can actually really help fertility if a woman is carrying around a little bit of extra body fat. So I can't say that this is the fix for every fertility issue, but I can say balancing our blood sugar, getting ourselves away from that insulin resistant state, healing our gut, it really is going to give us an advantage when it comes to fertility. So, and if you are carrying around a little extra body fat, that could be making it harder for you to get pregnant. So it could actually be really helpful to do the reset.
Thank you, Carissa. I'm so glad you were here tonight. What else? Any other questions? This is the night to ask it, you guys.
Last one. I had a question come in about taking supplements, current supplements, while they're on reset. So can we just
like Plexus supplements or other supplements?
Plexus supplements. Can we go ahead and just give that blanket answer so everybody hears that one?
I mean, I've said yes to everything. So my answer is yes. I'm not sure if anybody else has a different answer, but I would definitely say yes. Yeah, I heard somebody said lower BioCleanse. I had to stay on my same BioCleanse, but I think everybody's body's just different.
Yeah, I stayed on the same BioCleanse and just let it all come out. It's fine.
I loved it.
But I would say, okay, I'm kind of a caffeine person. I like to watch people's caffeine intake. So if they're like taking Metabolism and taking active and like not having like as much food, sometimes that affects people. And so that's kind of what I ask people. I'm like, are you also having coffee? Are you not? You're going to be taking active during the day. Maybe cut your Metabolism if you start to feel a little woozy in the head or something.
Well, and so Hunger Control Slim, actually, before XOS was here, Hunger Control Slim actually kind of made me not constipated, but a little bit more like I could tell XOS doesn't. And so while I'm on the Hunger Control, actually, I need that extra BioCleanse. And so I really just think everybody's body is just gonna be super different. Metabolism would be, I think, up to judgment. All right. Any other questions? We will take one more if somebody has one.
I actually do have one, and maybe I should know the answer to this, but I just don't. So I've heard of a lot of people having like looser stools during reset, but then I've heard of some people being like way constipated. Like they were going to the bathroom fine before reset, and then they did reset and they like could not poop for 3 days. And I'm just like really curious why that is. Like what is triggering them to not be able to go to the bathroom? Does anybody know?
A lack of calories and a lack of fiber.
Okay.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I heard you. Thank you.
Yeah. If there's not excess calories, especially like in the form of fiber, there's typically not like a bulk to the stool.
Okay, that's helpful. Thanks, Jan.
See, I just don't care. I'm just like, you know what? If you poop a lot, good. I'm so proud of you. Get it all out, sister. We're doing this together. So, all right. Here's our homework. Are y'all ready for this? We have a reset coming up in a few weeks. And so in order to be able to get people in that reset group. I'm going to start sharing now. Okay. If 5 people buy it now, great. I'm going to start them before the group. So your homework is to go share about reset. And extra scary, go show your face, go talk about it on your stories. Okay. That is your homework. I will send all of the post ideas and message examples that we have. I will send that all to y'all in our August thread right now. But here's our homework. Ready? Great. We got this.